And yes, soldiers at home and abroad. Father in Kuwait. Yes, your daughter loves you. Actually, they all do. They're taking a very seriously vested interest in the Starbucks. They're taking it over. The girls are not wasting any time. She loves you, and they are working it. So help nurture them. And see, this is why you want to be careful. Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Tom Surson, Trevor Rieger, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, and Perlita Quinlan. Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Doug King, 1961, Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bet 4, Blue Boy Boxes, The Experimentator Man, GPS Paso Robo Rapist Knight, Small Fry, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery's. You want to be careful, Perlita and Dave and Joe, Harry, Picken Street, Jamaica Street, because some fathers overseas and abroad might actually figure out what you guys were really doing with it when they were gone with their daughters, and they've cut word. And slowly, I will, encourage their daughters and them to slowly just take pieces away from you, Joe and Harry, Bernard. Because if you think we're really that stupid and naive, Perlita, you might find out yourself. And like I said, Bernard, be careful, because you might get that NATO that you really want, but they might not agree with your all-American and his side business. So yes, fathers, your daughters, they are taking that thing over. The girls are figuring it out that the thing works. So slowly, keep encouraging them, because soon you will not need me. Like I said, maybe, Bernard, I had like that much power the entire time. So your war waged with me, and then they know you guys run torture things, Bernard, and make up the stories. But they always knew. Go away. Hey, Whispering Man, I told you guys, it's not really 3 times in a row is enough. 3 times in a row is enough, Bernard and Harry, Hillary, to get it up and going. And you guys, man, it's not a hard process, but you got a mess. And when you're told, Robo Knight, Harry, Joe, that it doesn't belong to you and you guys stole the stuff, and you keep proceeding with the Carney and the ghetto life for Perlita in the country and western and the plethora of that guy's crime spree, spewing a line about how great he is through the city and jacking up people's stuff, man. How stupid do you think people are, Bernard, when they start to figure out what you guys are really using it for when soldiers are away? See, Bernard, the daughters, the girls, are figuring it out. They love their parents, and they love their fathers. They're taking an interest, always have. It's those of you who move in and change things around. And so again, Bernard, if that guy and you guys weren't super massive violent with Joe in the beginning of all of this, just so he could be a badass, then you wouldn't have a problem. And so if you're not going to be responsible with it, Bernard, and you're going to keep running your, tabloidic story about who killed Kim and Hillary's basically the one making people fat and sick, guess what? You're going to get an answer, Bernard. If you're mutilating people's faces, it's stupid, dude. You serve no point. The con and scam and grift for Dave and Perlita is getting old. It shouldn't take this long. Never did before, Bernard. And when it does, it means you guys committed rape, theft, and murder, and that's all that guy's done. So if you want to be babysat, Picken Street, Jamaica Street, and you're grown adults, and the children are becoming more responsible with it, and they actually want it, and the girls are actually figuring out that it does work, guess what, adults? It'll be the kids that, and their soldier parents that actually earn it. Like I said, Bernard, and the Lockheeds and the IHSs and anybody that you guys victimize will babysit you. Here's something you need to understand with your group, Bernard and Ellery, Perlita. When the soldiers go overseas, they expect the civilians to protect their children just as much as they are protecting you when they're over there. And when you guys don't meet up with that, you think it's a cowboy hillbilly rodeo show and you fuck up the shit out here multiple times and in Texas and Florida just so you can have the all-American, and they find out what he's been doing. You guys trash trillions of dollars, like I said, for a fag show to experimentator on other people's kids, so you could justify getting laid. So Guess what? Like I said, Bernard, you think you're that big of a smartass, and Perlita thinks I'm dumb, and the soldiers are dumb, and the SEALs, and the fighter pilots, and all those people who work hard? You'll find out who dumb is, Perlita. Because it means that this stuff never belonged to you in the first place, and the group of you made us live in fucking hell for cowboy, western, Indian shit, and he hands me it down doing the same computer trick that Ellery and the Negroes did on the fucking island, which means you guys are torturing terrorists that make life a living fucking hell on the earth when there was no reason for it. And you changed the birds around, Bernard. How fucking dumb are you? So if you guys actually left it alone, Joe, it would have worked quicker, but you gotta sit there and scrounge around about 20 T's, not the Jews, not the Russians, everything that would have made it work, you tried to destroy, Joe. So they'll let you be the all-American. And I won't be there when I die. I won't defend you, Joe. Like I said, I would not get in a plane with you and that guy. I would not get in a race car with you because you're a danger and a threat the entire time. The group of you men came together and touched a computer, and you keep proceeding fully well knowing you're in the wrong. I will defend my friend, Joe, over you when I can prove you guys are making him sick, or the Beswicks, or anybody else. Because when you guys do that shit on purpose and then pretend to be heroes that are saving everybody, it means you're full of shit. It basically means, Joe, your little side group screwed over my ants and my other friends, and you guys do it on purpose for your Carney show. So you get the $19 trillion debt Carney show, Perlita and Dave, for being dumb fucks, and then you can pay that back 3 or 4 times until it's fixed.